to begin, I've already concealed and corrected under one eye and done one eye, and I'm going to zoom you guys in so you can see the other eye and what we're about to do. This video is going to be a little bit different. Instead of doing a separate overview video, since I didn't buy a lot of things from the collection, I'm just going to talk about the different products that I purchased, as well as tell you what I think of them and why I didn't purchase more. So let me zoom you guys in. Okay, so now that you're closer, you can see I have sort of a oblong, I don't know if that's the right word, a cat eye sort of effect going on with the eye. I really wanted this to be really sort of geometric because the lipstick we're going to use is so bright. I feel like it would go really well with a very sort of geometric, sharp angles sort of eye. So the actual eyeshadow is really, really easy. What I did was I started with my Urban Decay Primer Potion, and I just put this all over the eye. This one's in Eden, in case you're wondering. So just smooth that into the eye. And then I took my Naked pigment, which looks like this. I have it, it came in a little set. So Naked pigment. And I took that on a 239 brush from Sigma. So I'm just gonna get that right on the brush like so. And then I just tap that all over the eye. And then I kind of just use my brush to blend it up a bit. Same 239 brush. After patting it down onto the eye. Now I'm going to zoom you guys in just a little bit more so you can see better. Okay, so now you can see the eye is more, a little bit better comparison. Then I took the Urban Decay Naked palette, and I went in with this color here called Buck, which is sort of a light brown. If you have MAC soft brown, that would work as well. And I just took a fluffy brush. This one's from Sephora. It's called a crease brush. And I just patted a little bit of that Buck on my brush and tap a little bit of it off so you don't get too much. And we're just going to gently shade the crease area of the eye, just to add a little depth. Really easy sort of pin-up eye. Then I went in with another color. I went in with MAC's Charcoal Brown, and I just tapped my brush in there, and I got a little bit on my brush, and I went in just in this outer corner of the eye, the outer corner crease, and deepened that just a bit with that charcoal brown. And then with the excess, I just kind of blended it in, just to add a little bit more depth so it's just not quite two colors on the eye. Then I went in with my favorite Brulee, which looks like this, and a 239 brush, and just gently tap that under the brow bone to add a highlight. Really, really easy eye. Now the hardest part is actually the eyeliner, and you kind of need a really steady hand. And I took my Clinique Black Cream Liner. This is in True Black No. 2, and an angled brush. This one I've used, obviously, is dirty. This crown brush, this is a crown brush, so it doesn't have a number, and I just dipped my brush in there, then wiped off the excess on the sides to create a good point. And I just started by lining my eye. Just the simple way you would line your eye anyways. Just use that same method that you usually do to line your eye. Okay, once my eye's lined, I went ahead and took my brush and brought that cream liner straight out. Then what I did was I got a little bit more cream liner, tapped off the excess, and I began to thicken this line starting from the top of my eye. So as you look at the eye, it curves a bit. Where it begins to curve, I started to draw a line straight out from there. And I just concentrated on thickening this line from the curve and making it very straight. And then as I got towards the end, I began to connect that with the line I drew out for my eye. So you'll start where the curvature is, begin by drawing your line out of it, and kind of angle it down to connect with that corner. So you'll start by drawing it straight and then angling it down to connect with the corner. And just continue to do that. This can be kind of tricky because your eye is actually curved, obviously. So you're going to have to kind of half close your eye, half open it to see what you're doing, to make sure your line is straight across. Okay, once you have it pretty good and straight across, go ahead and make sure the two sides are even. So this side's a little bit longer, so I'm going to bring out the liner on this side as well and connect that line back to thicken it back into the rest of the line. So I just brought it out a little bit, and then where it was thin, I just angled my brush up to connect it back with that line. This side is still a little thicker. It's because then, once I had done that, I took the brush from the very corner of the eye and brought this line down to connect with my bottom lash line. And I want it to be as straight as possible. Now once you finish that, you're ready for bottom liner. I'm going to use my Bad Gal waterproof liner from Benefit, and I'm just going to take this inside the eye as well as down through the bottom section of the eye, like so. I'm not going to bring it all the way through into the inside of the eye. I'm going to stop about right here. Then I went ahead and curled my lashes and applied mascara. I'm going to be using my Makeup Forever lash fibers to lengthen my lashes, and then I'm also going to use my Dior Show Blackout mascara, which is right here. And then I applied my Clinique bottom lash mascara to give my bottom lashes the full effect. So I'm going to do that, and then I'll be right back. Okay, now that I've finished with that, I'm going to go ahead through with my brunette eyebrow pencil from Laura Mercier, and I'm just going to fill in my brows a bit and keep them pretty angular. So just fill them in, and then when I get towards this sort of the tail part of the brow, I'm going to bring this down a little bit more than I usually would. And that's just because with this out eyeliner, with this eyeliner coming out so far, I want to create a kind of a balanced eye that really focuses on that area. So now for under eye cover up. I have a new product here from MAC, and this is new to their collection. It's called the MAC Prep and Prime Vibrancy Eye Primer. Vibrancy Eye Primer, sorry about that. So this is supposed to fill in like the little ridges and stuff underneath your eyes to prevent your under eye concealer from creasing. And it just looks like this, and it comes in a nice little pump tube. And you really need very little of this. That's probably too much actually, because you're just going to dab it right under your eyes, and it'll just fill those little fine lines underneath your eyes and make it easier for your concealer to stay on and not crease, and it'll just look nicer. So go ahead and dab that on your eye. I already did this eye, and I can already tell there's less creasing, less problems with that issue after applying this Prep and Prime MAC stuff, the Vibrancy Eye Primer. I guess you could also use it on top of your eye as well. I just used it under the eye to try it out because that tends to be, Bobbi Brown, I always have to really pat it into the eye to kind of warm it up and make sure it really sinks into the skin so there's no creasing. So that is something that I think is really nice to have an eye primer to fill in those gaps. So I'm going to quickly conceal and correct, and then I will be right back because you guys have seen them 1,000 times. I'm going to use my Bobbi Brown corrector and creamy concealer. My concealer is in natural, and my corrector is in light to medium bisque, and I just use a 224 brush to apply this. So I'm going to do this, and then I'll be right back. For foundation, I'm going to use my Chanel Tint Innocence in Beige 40. I'm still pretty tan. I'm just going to take a little bit of this on the back of my hand. Whoa. and put this on really quickly. I did conceal before putting on my foundation. That is a little unusual. If you don't feel comfortable doing that, then, you know, you can put your foundation on first if you'd like. I just did it because that's how I did it. I went ahead and concealed over my lips just because I still had some pink left over from trying on the lipsticks today. So I just went ahead and went right over that. Now, something in the collection I purchased that I won't be using today is the Boldly Bare lip pencil. And just to show you really quickly what it looks like, it's a really pretty nude pencil. And yes, I was taking pictures of swatches all down my arm, so that's why my arm is so pink. Just ignore that. But if you want to check out the swatches of comparisons of what I'm about to show you, you can check that out on my blog at bealiberte.com. So that's Boldly Bare. I'm not going to use it today, but I thought it was just a really good all-around nude lip liner, so I went ahead and purchased that. That's from the Quite Cute collection. Now moving on to other things I purchased, which I am going to be using today. The first of which, other than the eye primer, is the Giggly Blush. I also took pictures of this and have swatches on my blog with comparisons of other blushes that MAC currently makes. So if you're interested in those sorts of questions, then you should check out my blog to see if there's a possible dupe or whatever. So this is Giggly Blush. I'm going to quickly contour before I add my blush. Let's see. I'm going to use an angled brush from Crown. I'm going to use Hoola bronzer, and I'm just going to lightly tap my brush onto the Hoola bronzer and contour just a little bit through the temples, the backs of the cheeks, underneath the cheekbones. I also went ahead and contoured under the chin, so in case you're wondering. Now I'm going to take this Boldly Bare color, and I'm going to use the same angled brush, and I'm just going to lightly dust my brush in there and apply it to my cheeks. I don't actually own a dupe for this blush, although I think the Venomous Villains MAC, the MAC Venomous Villains Briar Rose is is close, but it's not as shimmery. It's a matte beauty powder, so just gonna apply that like so. Gives a nice light pink glow. Again, I'm not a real pastel person, but I like the idea of having some light pinks every once in a while. And let me swatch that for you just in case you're wondering not only what it looks like on the cheeks, but swatched. I swirled over both the pink and the purple for this swatch. I don't know how well you guys can see that, but it's just a really light, cool pink. It is warmer than the other pink that they offered, which I can't remember the name of it. I didn't like that other pink as much on me. I thought this would be a better pink for my skin tone. And then the other color they offered was just really chalky. I believe it's a peachy color with a teal heart in the middle. Very chalky. I could find that being very hard to wear for a lot of skin tones. It would go chalky on my skin tone. I'd imagine it goes chalky on darker skin tones, and you'd have to be pretty light to pull that one off. This one was really pretty though in comparison to the other ones. This one though I could imagine could also go chalky on skin tones because it is such a light pink. I would say steer clear of it as you get into the NWNC 40 ranges and deeper. I think you're going to have trouble with chalkiness. The second or the final product that I purchased from the Quite Cute collection is something that was almost already sold out at my MAC counter, so get your hands on this right away if you're interested in it. This is the Candy Yum Yum lipstick, and it is a matte finish, and it is a bright, bright pink. And again, like I said, almost sold out already at my counter. You can see it's a bright blue pink, cool pink. Really, really pretty. And I'm going to put it on with this look because that's really what I think is going to make this look pop. For lip liner, I'm going to hold off on lip liner. I'm going to apply this first and see if I even need it. This is matte, so it's kind of hard to wear if you have chapped lips, or, well, it's hard to wear if you have chapped lips because matte lipsticks are hard to wear if you have chapped lips. I wouldn't say it's the most moisturizing lipstick, but it is a really vibrant, really pretty color. Oh, and I apologize because my lips are a little bit chapped already. So you can see, very, very bright color. Now, what I'm going to do to this lipstick to make it not quite so in your face is I am going to take a lip liner. Let's see what lip liners I have. I'm going to take this one from NYX. It's called Fuchsia. And I'm going to go around the edge of the lips and kind of define them a little better. Okay, now that I've done that, I'm going to take a lip gloss. This is a new lip gloss. This is called Golden Gloss from YSL. And I will be reviewing this lip gloss. This is my first ever YSL lip gloss. I will be reviewing this. And you take, what I did was take this gold lip gloss and just run it right over the top. Is going to do is just make the lip a little bit glossier so it's not quite so in your face bold matte lipstick. Alright, there you go guys. Here's our finished look. It is pretty intense. It's not for the faint of heart. It is a sort of rock and roll meets cute lips sort of tutorial slash overview of the Quite Cute collection. I wasn't a huge fan of this collection. I'm not a big pastels person. I find them kind of difficult for me to wear in general because I do have a lot of cool undertones and pastels tend to have a lot of, I do have a lot of warm undertones and pastels tend to have cool undertones. So I found a few of the items difficult to wear. However, I think this lipstick is the standout item, definitely, and will probably sell out. Actually, I know it already will sell out because my MAC counter had 4 left and today was the release date for this collection. So I'm pretty sure if you want to get your hands on the Candy Yum Yum lipstick, you need to do it now because it's going to sell out. As for the eye makeup in this tutorial, as you can see, we just did a real neutral eye with a really broad out eyeliner to make it a little bit more edgy with these bright, fun, trendy lips. Bright lips are so in for this summer, so that's why I think this lipstick is great. Some of the other lipsticks were really pretty as well. There was a sheer sort of purple one, reminded me of like a sheer Athena's Kiss or sheer Petals and Peacocks. Pretty, but too similar to those two for me. And some of the lipsticks were just awful. Some of them were just the wrong color for my skin tone. They might look good on people who are fair, but I even think it would be hard for some people to wear some of those lip glosses or lipsticks. The lip glosses were really pretty, but I'm not a big lip gloss person, so that's why I didn't purchase any of those. And as for this lipstick, I have yet to find a dupe for it. It is pretty rare. I swatched several different lipsticks, including Girl About Town, Full Fuchsia. I didn't do Chatterbox because it wasn't even anything like Chatterbox. Something New. All of those lipsticks, none of them were really like this color, especially one matte. A matte pink is very rare. So I definitely recommend getting your hands on this one. I hope you guys found this helpful, and I know it wasn't a full kind of overview with swatches of everything, but these are the basic products that I did purchase, and I only purchased 3, so I figured why not give you a tutorial and kind of condense it all down for you. So I will see you guys in the next tutorial. Alright, bye guys!